Hello. Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome to Bali. I'm about to leave for the airport to actually leave Bali, but I wanted to make a quick video before I do that to update all of you folks on how the last 6 months have been since I left my job at Patreon. I made a vlog about that about 6 months ago, and I haven't done a great job of keeping you folks in the loop on how things are going, but I wanted to make this video to sort of like cover all of that ground. So a lot has changed, a lot of lessons learned, a lot of really cool things have happened, and a lot of like challenging situations have happened. So this video is going to be a bit about all of that stuff. Alright, so quick recap. Excuse the background noise, there's chickens and motorcycles, but bear with me. So back in December, I moved to Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I spent 3 months there. While I was there, I was working on editing this music video called Om Shanti Shanti, which is sort of like a parody music video about new age stuff.
Because you got that Om Shanti Shanti, you got that Om Shanti Shanti, girl, you got that Om.
It was stuff that I had filmed with some friends in San Francisco, and I worked on editing and releasing it. I learned a bunch about the release process while I was putting that out, and it went totally viral on Facebook, which was really, really fun. I think it got like over 1 million views on Facebook, which was a really cool experience. And then after that, I wrote a bunch of music, and I recorded some more stuff and released it.
Oh, holy roller, forgive me for leaving. I left a note on your table.
That was a super, super rewarding process, and I learned more about what direction I'm trying to go in sonically, and what kind of music I'm like most naturally good at making, and what kind of music I'm most naturally not good at making. So that was a really, really cool process as well. I also started investing a ton in Instagram and keeping people up to date over there. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, go over to Instagram. I'm at Spencer Hanley on Instagram, and I post basically daily there. I've been posting a bunch of original music on there, as well as like teaching videos around guitar stuff and music concepts. And I also do like weekly Q&As. It's super fun. Spencer Hanley on Instagram, go check that out. What's up, music nerds? My name is Spencer, and this is the lick of the week. Alright, so this first section is just two. And beyond that, I joined a band, this like improvised hip-hop group called Fly By Pants, and we played a bunch of festivals all over Thailand. It was super, super fun, such a rewarding experience. I got to play in front of like massive audiences and do these improvised sets of music that was just like unbelievably rewarding. And I ended up finding this sort of creative community in Chiang Mai that was absolutely amazing, and so many interesting people doing interesting things. I was so inspired. So that was a really, really cool process. I also got to do a bunch of travel while I was there and explore a bunch of really beautiful places, which was really, really nice to take a break from working. While I was there, the two guys from my accountability group, some of my best friends, Mark and Nick, flew out, and we did this big retreat where we sort of like debriefed on the year and planned the year to come. And just a note on accountability groups, I found it to be one of the most important things to sort of keeping structure around my life in the non-working world. So it's been so useful that I kind of documented the whole process and wrote down the things that we've learned about how to structure an accountability group. So if you're curious about that kind of stuff, I just linked a document down below, and it's kind of a cool resource to learn about how to do accountability groups, and maybe you can get some value out of it. So some of the big learnings from Thailand were, number one, I learned how to sort of like package up a music video and release it and have it be successful, which was really, really fun process. I also really enjoyed the whole band process and booking gigs and festivals and all of that stuff. One of the things that I struggled the most with though while I was there was I was doing so many things all at once, and editing videos and playing in these bands and gigging and practicing, that I actually had a hard time like getting into the studio and actually recording the EP that I intended to record. So I only got a few tracks of that done, and I released some videos with those. But part of me is a little bit disappointed that I didn't get more recording done while I was in Thailand. That being said, I felt like I was able to accomplish a bunch of really cool stuff while I was there, and I totally valued that experience. I felt like I grew a lot and started to understand generally the direction that I want to head with my creative work. So after Thailand, I ended up connecting with this really cool guy named Roshan Sharma, who lives in Nepal. He plays this instrument called the Mohan Veena. He invited me to come and stay with his family in Nepal. So I packed up all my stuff from Thailand and moved to Nepal for a couple of weeks, lived with his family in this place called Dharan, and he kind of gave me like a deep dive into Indian classical music in a couple of weeks, and he taught me the basics, the high-level stuff. We also filmed a whole series of videos about Indian classical music, talking about konakol and scale systems within the Indian classical system, and I just kind of got immersed in a lot of the core concepts of Indian classical, which was just an amazing experience.
That was 772. Or that was 7 plus 9.
His family was so sweet and welcoming, and that was just like a beautiful experience and completely unexpected. So the process of being there and the stuff I was putting out in Thailand sort of got me excited about the idea of doing more teaching online around guitar and other world music traditions. I think one ideal that I would love to shoot for is being able to travel to different places, learn about the music there, and find teachers like Roshan to do more interview stuff and break down world music traditions and help translate them to wider audiences. I think that would be a really fun process. And that sort of brings us to where I am right now, which is in southern Bali, this place called Uluwatu. I'm staying in this hut-shaped building that's kind of like a wicker basket made into a house. It's a beautiful place with this beach view. I'm 5 minutes away from this incredible surf break, surrounded by trees and just happiness and lots of chickens. And in Bali, I've kind of gone through this whole chapter change where the excitement that I had around education turned into a collaboration with my guitar teacher, Isla Cantor, around this idea that we had called Guitar Mastery Intensive. So Isla is one of these people that sort of like came into my life a few years ago and totally changed my guitar playing forever. She's an incredible teacher with this amazing path through the instrument. I'd been playing for a really long time before meeting her, and when I met her, she just completely upended my playing and made me understand music in a fundamentally different way. And one of the cool things that hey chicken. And one of the cool things that happened while I was studying with her is I had this app that I made that made daily lesson plans for me and took some of the synthesized learnings that she was giving me and made it a little bit more palatable and consistent for me. So a few months ago, Isla reached out to me and asked if I might want to collaborate on taking this curriculum, this sort of path through the guitar that she's been teaching students for like 17 years, and bring it out in an online program using the software that I built, her path, and sort of a bit more infrastructure around the core curriculum itself to help other people learn this path through guitar in a really efficient way. So I was totally on board for that, and so we spent a bunch of time sort of prepping for the course, and about 2 months ago we launched with the very first cohort of that program. And it's been amazing. It's been so rewarding watching these students go through the program, and I feel like we've kind of invented something for guitar learning that I've never really seen before. It's this blend of like sort of intelligent software that guides you through a process, really immersive videos that allow you to learn the content in a really efficient way, and then the biggest piece is this sort of direct mentorship component, which is basically Isla and this other teacher that we hired named Horace Bray doing a lot of mentorship around how to get through this curriculum. We do weekly calls, and then we do unlimited feedback for our students on their playing. So as they're navigating this curriculum, they can get feedback from us. So this is a really cool program, and it's been really fun to help people get better at guitar and watch these students flourish through a system that benefited my life so much. So the vision for this life that I'm trying to create is starting to crystallize a lot more, and it's really this blend of like putting out a lot of original art and having a blast with that, and then also having some component of like service where I'm educating people and I'm helping to inform people and I'm helping to illuminate stories about world music traditions. And I see this Guitar Mastery Intensive as like a really cool way that blends a lot of my previous experience with my passion for music and educating people. So I'm really excited about the prospects of building this out and scaling it and getting more teachers on board and getting more students and just building it into a really amazing educational institution. We envision things like really awesome guitar retreats in different places for alumni who have been through the program. And I also sort of see it as an engine for sustainability for my music path. And I'm really excited about that prospect as well, because I want to be doing this for a really long time and I want to be serving in a capacity that's useful to people. Alright, so that's kind of the spark notes of the last 6 or 7 months. Today is actually my last day in Bali, sadly. So tonight I'm going to be flying back to San Francisco, and I'm going to spend 2 weeks there saying hello to friends and kind of like reconnecting with my community there. And then I'm going to go down to Los Angeles and spend a couple of weeks with my family there. And I also plan on doing a bunch of recording while I'm there, because As you can kind of tell from the background noise in this video, Bali has not proven to be the most ideal place for recording music. So I've done a lot of writing and I'm gonna do some recording while I'm down there in LA. And then after that, I'm gonna be heading to New York for a little bit to meet up with some friends and kind of explore the music community there in New York. Hello, chicken. And then after that, I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I have a few paths that I wanna explore. Number one is putting out more original music and recording a bunch of stuff. Number two is continuing to grow the Guitar Mastery Intensive, which includes bringing on more teachers and bringing in some more students. And the third thing that I really want to explore is sort of learning and synthesizing world music traditions. So I'm going to pick another place to go and live in for another 3 months, and I'm going to study the music of that place. And I'm going to make a video series documenting that whole process and help share the basics, the sort of high-level understanding of that world music tradition. So those are the 3 directions that I'm going to be going in, and I will keep folks up to date. If you are not following on Instagram, definitely go check it out on Instagram because I share a lot more in there. I will try and be better about my YouTube presence, share more videos on here as well. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell to make sure you get my next video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.